So in the event of the Discovery lot boxes coming out, obviously we had the two new ships with those boxes. One coming from the Lobby store, which is the Walker class, and the other one coming from the lot box, which is the Crossfield, which is the ship that we are going to be doing a review on today. So first of all, what I want to go through with is how pretty is it? Look at it, it's so pretty. It's got such nice lights. It's very decorative. Very decorative. I mean, this is just default colorings as well. This isn't even anything different. It's got a lot of lights on it. It's got a lot of pretty lights. Look at it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I mean, there are ships out there which I love, but look at it. It's so pretty. So, obviously, we're coming with this ship, obviously, from the Star Trek Discovery. If you don't know what that is, you've been burying your head in the sand. You really need to go and get some Netflix. And watch up and catch up on Discovery. But as we go from here, obviously it is a science vessel. Probably not the best for my character, but you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I like it, so that's what I'm going to be with. Not a small ship. It's actually the same due to the engines being that length. It is actually the same length as, or roughly the same length as a Sovereign class, which puts it on par with the Kelvin Enterprise, which is strange, because I personally, I don't know what the lore is in the Discovery. Personally, I've never actually looked into it. I just watched the programs and that was it. Personally, I think it is a different universe myself, but you know, one has their own opinions, or they might be able to find some actual lore for me. But as it goes from now, this Klingon Federation hybrid, it's very pretty. It looks like a Dorito with an Oreo on the front and two French fries. That's how you're gonna think of it every time now. Dorito, Oreo, French fries. So going through it, we'll show you the tab right here. Maneuverability, it's pretty quick. It's pretty good actually. But I don't actually. I actually expect that from a science vessel. They're all normally pretty nimble and pretty quick. It's nice to have a science vessel of sheer size as well. But yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty smooth to handle. I say smooth. It's all smooth. But you know, the turn rate is pretty decent. It's got quite a quick turn rate on it. Maneuverability, obviously, when you get this ship as well, it comes with the console. Let me just, so I don't fly off the map. Don't know why I went there. Let's go over here. Comes with this lovely console right here, which is universal. It doesn't just stay on the Discovery. You can use it on anything, such as you can use it on the Enterprise J, or the Universe class. And you can do the mycelium jump, which is pretty good. So for those of you who don't know what the mycelium jump is, this is what the mycelium jump is. Ignore everything else. It's actually a short-range teleport, basically. In the Discovery franchise, the mycelium jump is a form of warp jump, which the Discovery uses to jump to places like Kronos. Spoilers! Spoilers! Anyway, so yeah, that's basically what it is, but in this game it is basically just like a teleport, really. There are other abilities, because I have them on other traits, I have them on here, where it's just basically a teleport. Oh, there it goes. That was a transwarp. So, good thing about this, when you transwarp, you actually mycelial jump there. You literally do that animation that I just showed you, instead of opening a quantum, opening a singularity and jumping through it, which is pretty decent. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you inside now. Let's just dock her lovingly. And I'm actually going to show the changes that you can make to it. Obviously, there's not really many changes you can really do at all. But to be honest, a lot of the a lot of the materials do actually look pretty nice on this. Obviously, one or two I'm not too keen on just because of the brightness of them. But that's like that of every ship. It's that material I don't like, not the fact that it looks what it looks like on the ship. Okay, so mine is basic stock. So if you have a look at them, obviously we have the Discovery right at the front. We have the NX, which I actually think the NX looks more like the Discovery from the trailers. You know, none of it. I think it was more sort of all these oranges, and you know what? It was orange. I'm sure it was orange in the trailers. Anyway, so you've got the NX. You've got the NX refit. It isn't bad. It isn't bad again. You have the Type 0. I think it looks quite nice, although it does highlight it out that it is indeed a pizza cutter. It is a pizza cutter. Even the saucer section spins when you do the mycelium jump. It cuts pizza. You can have the Type 1, which again isn't bad, but personally I like it a little bit darker. So then you have the Type 2, which is way to zoom. I can't zoom. I want to zoom. There's Type 3, which are also all just your standard ones. I also don't like the bridge being orange. I don't like that. Because other than that, this Type 4 would actually be pretty nice, because it actually looks like quite a nice skin. Type 5? A little bit metally, you know. It looks a little bit metallic. The weird sort of like sponge printing of this material actually does quite nicely on, as you can see, the inside of the saucer section there. Or on the outer ring on the saucer section. The super duper brightness. Blind your enemies when you fly into battle. The Type 7, which again isn't actually that bad actually. I mean, if you're looking at it, it really brings up those, you know, the blue lines on the pylons there, which actually looks pretty decent. Then you have the Type 8, the Type 8B. Not much difference between them. Not much difference at all. Not really anything to worry about. The Upgrade, which is pretty nice as well. The Veteran, which is obviously for lifetime members or those who have gotten over the specified days, whatever it is. But that is the materials windows. You only have the Crossfield. That is it. Patterns obviously do come as just your standard patterns, but you can make some of them look quite nice. I think some of these actually suit the Discovery more than what it does a lot of ships. Inner ring. Like, do a little bit of an inner ring. Should we inner ring this? We're not going to inner ring it because I don't like it. Okay, well that's it. But bad thing is about this, and I don't find it too great that they've done this. It does not come with a bridge. Look at most of the other ships, especially one with big hype like this, that have come with a bridge. So why do we not have the Discovery Bridge? It's simple to do. It was, you know, it would have been simple to create. You know, very easy. I don't understand why it's not been done. It just hasn't. So I've just put on my trusted Intrepid because I don't like the other bridge. Although the future might be quite nice, but it's not the future, it's the past. Past is the future is the past. It's all the same thing. Anyway, let's pop back outside, shall we? I don't know what's going on, I'm not even going to look. Let's head on out. Okie dokie then. So let's go through a few more of the finer prints of it. Obviously, coming with this lockbox as well, we did get a load of new weapons. Have I done that? Yes, I have. These weapons being, you have sensor linked, you have integrity link, phaser beams, disruptor beams. Now, what I have got on mine is that I have all these, and yes, they are all epic. I've got emitter, integrity, emitter, integrity. To be honest, I didn't really look at the stats on these, to be honest. I just got I just unlocked them out of the box, and I was like, don't give two hoots. I'm just going to have them on there. Obviously, I've got the stuff like the damage times 2, the damage, etc, etc. I've got times 3 there as well. But I'm thinking more of like the sensor linked or integrity, etc. Or the emitter linked. I never looked at it. I just didn't bother. I didn't look at those other abilities that are there. You know, the +5 Starship Defense Maneuvering and the +5 Weapon Boost. And I just completely did not look at them whatsoever. So I haven't got the best of those on there, to be honest. Personally, is what I feel. I suppose the shield regeneration, being a science vessel, or the shield restoration, sorry, and the capacity, isn't so bad. I mean, you know, it's kind of one of the things that it's designed for. To which you have another one there. More damage control. So I've only actually got one that actually has weapon amplification on it, and defense maneuvering, which is a little bit of a downer, but I can always get them at a later date. Okay, let's just get something there at the moment. So yeah, these are all the brand new phaser beams. There are the phaser cannons, you have the disruptor beams and the disruptor cannons. I have no idea what the disruptor cannons look like visual wise. The phaser cannons, I want to say, look like little tiny snowballs. They look like little tiny snowballs just flying out in a hurry. So I have gone for the beams. Shh, cloaking next to me. Shh. And you know what? I love these beams. They look absolutely fantastic. They're very similar in the way of bursts, like the Kelvin. Not as much at all. They're bright blue. I mean, I will show you the effects at the visuals as well. Unfortunately, the sound can be mistaken probably as a little bit like a cheap plastic toy gun that you would get for a child or whatever. But unfortunately, yeah, that is it. But the visuals are fantastic. But yeah, let me just show you the Millennium jump again, or the ambush, should I call it, rather than the jump. Given it here, obviously you have the +50 Starship Scientific Readiness, so obviously your science abilities are, or cooldowns are reduced. You have the Starship Exotic Particle Generator, being what the science vessels are. They specialise more in exotic damage than actual full standard damage. That would be a tactical ship otherwise. Or an escort, should we be saying. You have your drain expertise there, which again works very well. Being a science vessel, that's what it's designed for. And the control expertise is pretty nice when you're being tractor beamed and you can still fly around like a little fairy. We can still fly around like a little fairy. But with activating that Lorca maneuver, it's called the Lorca maneuver, that ability, gives you the teleport there plus weapon buffs, and then teleport with torpedo salvo, which obviously bombardment to multiple torpedoes. Teleport 8 kilometers forward to foes within 5 kilometers of destination. It will give a minus 33.3% flight speed for 9.6 seconds, and to self, it will give a 50% firing cycle haste for energy weapons, meaning that your weapons will fire faster, so you can pump out more. Giving also a +50 accuracy rating and a +25 critical chance. After the 5 seconds, launch 3 times torpedo salvo that deal 3,740.6 kinetic damage per torpedo. Then teleport backwards 8 kilometers back from where you came from. So the whole time you are doing this, you cannot move. You are basically stuck there. That is it. Until you move back again, until you jump back again, you cannot go anywhere. But looking at the masteries here, you have a +15% damage to exotic damage abilities. Science, it's not unexpected. +10% on shield hit points. And then you have the enhanced restorative circuitry, which gives the improved hull healing abilities by 10% and improved shield healing abilities by 10%. So obviously your abilities that activated for your hull healing and shield healing will give an extra 10% or so. That's what I'm gathering from it. Reactive shield technology. We have 704.4 regeneration every 6 seconds. 5% shield resistance also, which is pretty nice as well. And then the final one, we have Black Alert. So, this is obviously your trait. So, a temporary adjustment to the spore drive allows temporarily displaced duplicates of your ship. Basically, if you've seen the Discovery, the jumps that they do around the sarcophagus, is it the sarcophagus? Was it the sarcophagus? I can't remember. Anyway, what they do, I believe it was sarcophagus. Well, they jump around the Klingon vessel. It's really mapping the mycelial network, but in this way it actually shows duplicates of your ships, which will also basically fire on the enemy as well. But to initiate this sequence by activating beam overload, cannon rapid fire, or any intelligence bridge officer ability, which is absolutely fine. So what it does, enhances specific powers, specific powers, full stop. Don't forget that full stop. You need that there. Okay, so I don't know what is wrong with my words today. Applies in specific circumstances. For 12 seconds after activating beam overload, cannon rapid fire, or any intel bridge officer ability. Weapon damage to foe creates a spore duplicate, which attacks the foe and up to 2 other foes, dealing 5,886.8 kinetic damage to each before disappearing. Up to 4 total spore duplicates may be created, so you can produce 4 of these guys, meaning you are 1 of 5. Not very difficult to lose track on who you are. If you jumped about a little bit, that would probably have been better, but mechanics and everything like that. So it's not a bad little thing, and this thing is pretty easy to rank up. I've actually only done like 1 PvE, I think it was, and I've got it to there. So you know what, it's really not that bad to rank up, so it should get done pretty quickly. But what I'm going to do is let's take a quick trip to sector space, and we will try and find a deep space encounter so we can show you what the ship is like in combat. That's what we want to know, isn't it? We want to know what it's like fighting them bad guys. I don't think we're going to make it over there in time, but let's go for it. Slipstream, you still have the exact same slipstream animation. That is it. It would have been great if you had a mycelial jump, but that's, again, the mechanics would be so mucked up. Okay, it's all good. So, abilities I have in here are actually just basic abilities I have on a lot of my ships. I don't really run PvP, I just don't find it interesting personally. So I only do PvE, to be honest. So it doesn't really matter a huge amount what I put on there for PvE. But you know, I still try to make it good, you know. Why not? Why should I skimp? Well, if that one literally, okay, so it appeared and instantly disappeared. It was like, oh hi everybody, boom. Oh, what's that one? It's all the way back there. Look how well it glows in darkened areas. Look at that. Look at all those lights. Look at that. Look at the detail on it. When this first was announced, I actually was a little bit skeptical on it. I actually didn't like the look of the Discovery at all. I thought it was pretty shocking, to be the word. But actually, after watching the programs, I actually fell quite in love with the ship. I think it's quite a lovely little ship. And, you know, I'm actually quite happy that they brought it into this game. I was quite lucky. If you haven't seen the video of my lockbox opening, within the first 100, I got the Vanguard Crossfield class. So I was pretty lucky. But later on in that day, which I must get this video off of Xbox. Later on that day, I was simply opening standard Kelvin boxes for the upgrades. ended up getting 2 Kelvin Constitution classes in a row. So luck was on my side yesterday. Right, so those are the phaser beams. Now don't be mistaken with them being cannons because they are indeed beams, just like the Kelvin phasers. Also that nice blue torp there. Whee! Pretty! Wish there's somebody else here. Let's make this a little bit more entertaining. But sound-wise, it's not bad, but it is a little bit weaker. But visuals-wise, they are absolutely stunning. I think they are a beautiful, stunning ship. Ah, went straight past it. There it is. Woo! And back again. I do love that ability. I think that is such a worthwhile ability. I think I like the feel of just being able to go. But yeah, as you can see, yes, this is only a level 30 event, but it's just showing you the basics, really, how it handles. It does pretty nicely. Should probably try not to keep. Go, Snowball of Truth. What's doing? Ah, there you are. So yeah, so these weapons are actually doing quite nicely. I actually feel they're actually a lot better than standard phasers. But you can probably hear what I mean about the sound. But let's try not to be too upset about it. So also, just in case you didn't know, and it is probably pretty obvious, that you do get an omnidirectional beam out of these lockboxes for these phasers. I literally had someone earlier on just like, is that an omnidirectional? It is, yeah. Again, pretty lucky. I actually got that quite early on. I got about 50 weapon boxes, and I got it pretty soon. Okay, well that's, combat over. As you can see, not really much went on. For some reason that's still activating. But what I'll show you now is the transwarp. So I'm just going to transwarp back to the starbase. Here it is. So yeah, again, if you haven't seen the Star Trek Discovery because you feel, oh, it's not Star Trek lore, etc., etc., that is how they jump. And to be honest, it is actually a pretty decent program, and I do think it actually holds up the Star Trek name. I really do. And it is a pretty good, high tech, there's a lot of combat in there, and it's a pretty nice program. But this ship is absolutely stunning. Just look at it. I mean, yes, like I said, it's a Dorito with an Oreo and 2 French fries on the side, or a pizza cutter. But you look at the Constitution class, and that also is a pizza cutter. Everything's a pizza cutter as long as it's got that round saucer. It's a pizza cutter, I'm afraid. You silhouette that thing, and that thing is going to be dicing up that lovely bread. Enough about pizza. Somebody at my house had pizza today. I wanted pizza. I did not get no pizza. But anyway. But yeah. That is, that's basically the absolute gist of it, really, to be honest. I mean, it holds up well under battle, because I've done this in more advanced PVs, etc., etc. And it holds up really nicely. I have a lot of experience with... well, yeah, I did get that. Sorry, I just in the chat. There was nothing there just a second ago. I have been checking it this whole time. Yeah, got the Crossfield out of the lockbox. That's how you get it. And the Walker class comes from the lobby store. I'm sorry if you've gone now and that didn't appear. Lag, don't you just love lag? But yeah, it's an absolutely stunning ship. It is it is, pretty, pretty, pretty. It is pretty. But it has also that modern feel. I think it has more of a modern feel than the others. You look at and don't get me wrong, I love the Temporal Light Cruiser or the original Constitution, but it feels old now. Obviously back then, that's how the future was envisioned. But now having the technology that we've got now, each time you create like law like this for programs, sci-fi, whatever, when you create those things, it's always changing because the amount of technology we develop. So in like 100 years' time, if we actually have space travel, what a program's going to be like? I doubt we will because, I mean, look at us. But but I think it has got that nice modern feel to it. And it's big, it's not a tiny science ship. Oh look, the Walker class. That'll be the next review. That'll be the next review. I suppose I could do it. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Yeah, I suppose they could do. To be honest, if they're gonna milk it, they might as well milk it for what it's worth, right? That's what they should do, right? But yes, so for that review on the Crossfield is, yes, everybody is going at it at the moment. Like the cheapest prices on the exchange are like 800 million energy credits. So if you've got that, get on there, go buy it. If you have money to spare, then open your wallet and go, guys, how much do you want? Just take my wallet. It's a lovely ship, it really is. Oh, yeah, but it's been out longer on the PC. It literally only came out yesterday for the console, so it's going to be a bit more because, supply and demand. I mean, yeah, give it a week and it's probably going to go back down to that price. Yeah. Yeah, I think with the details and everything like that, I would have said, yeah, I think with all the lights, all the windows, everything, I would have said, yeah, I think it's actually one of the prettiest ships in the game. I mean, not everybody likes the U.S. class. I love the U.S. class, although it looks like it's been sat on with by an elephant. But especially my U.S. class with the shields that I have on it, I think it was pretty nice. But it is one of the definitely 100%. I mean, it's got that class to it, hasn't it? Look, that class look, pretty. I mean, if you look at it at a certain angle where you can take out that gap for the pizza cutter, it itself is a pizza with pepperoni slices on it. Enough about pizza. Sorry, I've been going on about too much about pizza. But yeah, it's it holds up well under stress. It's maneuverable. I would definitely say if you can get hold of it, get hold of it. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I would have said yes. It's kind of the Galaxy saucer section, but it's also been sat on a little bit. It has. You can't deny it. It looks like it's literally just been sat on. I'd like to know, the person who designed the U.S. class, I'd like to know what they were thinking. Not because I ridicule what they've done. I don't want to, because I like the ship. But what made them think the saucer section should be an oval? An oval, what? I don't know. But yeah. So I think for this stream, and I'll be doing one on the Walker class tomorrow once I'm back from work. I think that is going to be it for today. I would highly recommend it if you can get hold of it. It's pretty, it's powerful, and it's like one of my favourite ships. Yeah, I know, it was just in that one episode, which is a shame because it would have been nice to see it some more. It would have been nice to see it some more. Perhaps they'll do a future series. Strange that would be. But yeah, so for this stream, I think that is what I'm going to call it for today. Thanks for the people that have watched. It's nice to actually have someone chatting, so thank you very much for the chat. That's made me happy. And I will speak to you all later.